Yo, what's good, y'all? In today's video, I got the how to make a solo leveling game. This is the start of the series. This is part one. I plan to make this a multi-part series because honestly, I enjoy. First of all, I love the anime. Second of all, I enjoyed making this first part, and I definitely know I'm gonna enjoy working on the future parts and stuff. So if you guys want part two, part three, and so forth, just show the video lots of love. Like, comment, just let me know you enjoyed the video, and I got y'all with part two and stuff. And let me know anything you guys want to see. Just to let y'all know, though, I only watch the anime, so don't ask for anything, webtoon, manga related, right? But anyway, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Okay, so since this is part one, of course, we're going to set up the stat system. It's a leveling. Like, the most important thing would be to set up the system, right? So, of course, we're going to set up a UI for the stats and everything, and then a hunter rank system. I plan to integrate a quest system into part two for the part two instance where we have a quest so the player goes from unranked to E rank. I'm pretty sure that's the first rank. And then also in this video, I also included a sense thing, which I'll show you. I'll talk more about when we get to that point. But anyway, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead. Let's knock out the prerequisites. Okay, first things first, let's go ahead and insert our remote event into replicated storage. I already know we're going to need one. Rename this remote event to core event, right? And then let's go ahead. Let's work on our UI first, then we'll get to the scripting. So we're going to insert a screen GUI into starter GUI, right? You're going to rename the screen GUI to core GUI. We can leave reset on spawn enabled. I mean, it's controlled by the scripts. I mean, you could really disable and enable. It doesn't really matter, honestly, and stuff. But yeah, I'll let you know if that changes in a future part. But anyway, let's go ahead and insert a frame, right? So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make this system. So you can name this system frame. Yeah, that's perfect. So system frame. Right, so I'm gonna move it obviously to the middle of the screen. This is gonna be where all our stats are. Let me make the size like, yeah, scale like 500, maybe like 500 by 500, maybe something like that. Or actually, no, that might, yeah, maybe like 300. Yeah, something like that. Like five, yeah, like so, like maybe I don't know, or no, because we want it to be like a menu, not like something. Yeah, let me see. So maybe something like that. Yeah, and then we're just gonna throw it into the middle. I think that, yeah, I think that's honestly size wise that's good. Okay, so then let's give it a border. And stuff. You guys don't have to customize it exactly how I'm doing it. Just make sure you add all the text labels, the button, the name, everything correctly. That's it. But the colors and everything completely up to you guys. The color scheme I'm going for is blue, blue and black, or blue and white, because that's just the main colors for solo leveling. So I'm gonna make the background color a nice dark blue, right? I'm going to then insert a how do I want to do this? Let's see. Um, let's see. Okay. So first things first, let's make a header. So insert a text label, right? You guys can rename this to yes, yeah, header text label. This is our title. So header text label. Of course, we're gonna put this in the middle at the top, and then we're going to set the text. So let's bold it, scale, rich text, all that greatness. Then of course we're going to set the text color to white. I'm gonna set the text stroke to like a nice light blue, so like something like that. Then make that 0. Boom. I'm going to set the background. I'm going to set the background transparency to equal to 1, right? And then I'm going to set the text to the system, right? So we're gonna set it like that. Then let's move on to our next one. So we can really duplicate this. Control D. Let's put this in the corner, and then obviously let's make this smaller, right? So let's change the size to like maybe, I don't know, 150. Yes, yeah, that's actually perfect. So we're gonna put this in the corner, right? And then this is going to be our available points text label. So let's call this available points text label. And then of course text, honestly, you don't have to really set default text for any of these, but I'm just gonna set it just so that like when you're looking at it UI, like when you're looking at it like while you're not playing and stuff, you just know, okay, this is for monolith, this is for health, this is for available points and stuff. So yeah, so let's say by default we're gonna say available point, boom, right, with a colon. Then let's duplicate this. Control D. Right, let's move it up here. Let's move it over here to this side. Oh, actually, no, sorry. Before we do that, I actually wanted to change something here. So I actually wanted to set the background transparency to like a 0.5, and then I wanted to set the background color to actually a nice little black. and stuff, right? So you guys see it looks, or maybe like, let me see. Yeah, like 0.3 really. So it kind of fades in there and stuff. So kind of like, it looks like a dark black, dark blue because it's, transparent and stuff. I don't know. I like it like that. And then I'm going to also set the text color. So I'm going to change this actually. So I want the text color to actually be the wait, huh? I'm confused. Oh, I'm changing the wrong one. I'm changing the wrong one. I was like, what is going on? Anyway, so I want the text color to be a nice light blue, right? So I want it to be, yeah, we can do something like that. So a nice bright blue, and then of course we want the text stroke to be probably like something, yeah, maybe like something. No, that's way too bright. Maybe like white, and then to the text stroke transparency like 0.5. Yeah, something like that. We want it to be nice and bright, but not like, blinding and stuff, right? Then I'm going to now I'm gonna duplicate this. Put this one in the top right, and you guys can name this Hunter rank text label. Then for the text, you're gonna put Hunter rank. Boom. Right. Then I'm going to duplicate this, and then I'm going to just drop this here. I'm gonna rename this to, or first let me change the text since I'm already down here. So we're gonna put mono level. This would be our mono level. And then we're gonna set our text to, and then of course we're gonna change this to a mono level text label. So mono level, just to clarify something, when I say mono level, this pretty much means like this isn't the current amount of mana a player has. This is more so like their mono level and stuff. There's gonna be two different attributes, what am I looking for, values and stuff, right? You're gonna have a mana, which is like how much mana the player has. Like if a player uses an attack, then their mana is going to decrease, but their mana level is something that's going to be multiplied times their mana to equal their total mana, if that kind of makes sense, right? So our mana level text label, right? Duplicate this, and then you want to put it, put a little bit of space and stuff. You can put it right under there. And then we can rename this to health text label, right? Set the text to health, and this is for health. This is your multiplier. This is how much is going to be multiplied by. So this isn't like your player's current health and stuff. I just wanted to clarify that in case anybody was confused. Then we're gonna duplicate this, throw this. You actually want to put a good amount of space in between because we're gonna insert a text button where it's like a plus icon. So yeah, so you just want to have a good amount of space between there. So then this will be strength, right? You guys can add as much stats as you want. I'm just doing, I think it's like 5. Strength text label. I did some research by looking at the fandom just to see like everything I felt like I should have, and I spelled strength wrong. That is actually crazy. Forgot the R, so strength, boom, right? Duplicate this, drag this down here, and then this is going to be sense, right? You could say sense. You could also call this intelligence if you wanted to. So this is going to be sense text label, right? Duplicate this again, boom. We are over here. Oh, I actually just realized there is not enough space for that. Okay, we'll actually bring it down here then if that's the case. Yeah, because there's not enough space. There's not enough space to put a plus icon here and then another one over there. So yeah, we're gonna have to do it like this. So I'll just bring this down here. So lastly we have agility. So this would be our agility text label. Then set the text to agility colon. It's not a colon, okay. Agility, and then boom, just like that we have all of our text labels set up. Now all we have to do is insert our increase buttons, and then we're done with the system frame. So let's insert a text button, right? Then you could put it there for like, good measure, so you could measure to see how small you want it to be. So we can set the text size, not text size, the button size to like maybe like 50. Yeah, I think 50 honestly would be good, but maybe like 40 just to kind of squeeze the button in there. And it's actually, no, there's not even really, now that I think about it, yeah, no, set it to 50. Yeah, 50 is a good size and stuff, right? 50 is a good size for the button and stuff, because we can really just move the buttons over if it's just too cramped. So yeah, we'll just leave it like that. So yeah, so we'll set the button size to 50. Then we'll bold text. For the text, just gonna put a plus icon. Here's how you increase your stats, right? Now I'm gonna make this a nice bright blue too. So nice bright blue. Text stroke is going to be like yeah, we can do something like that. We can do like black, right? And then of course background color, background transparency is, set to 1. You want to have it like kind of right next to, yeah, just like that. Then we're just going to Let's see. We can rename this. Actually, no. Let's duplicate it first. So just duplicate it and then just position it all around for each individual stat. Right. Boom and boom. Now we can get to naming them. So I'm trying to remember. Did I do? I know I left something out. Was it increase mono level? Was it mono level? But like I honestly, I'm trying to remember something. I'm trying to remember if it was like, did I say mono level button or was it like um I'm trying to remember. Oh, okay, I remember that. It was button. That's what it was. Okay. So I'm going to rename this to mana level. So it's going to be the same name as the stat. You're just all you're doing is adding the word button to it. That's all you're doing. So mana level button, and then with this. Oh, sorry. We're actually gonna need to. Well, actually, no, it doesn't matter because it's gonna automatically take the space out. But anyway, so yeah. So then moving on, we're going to do health button, then agility button, strength button, and lastly sense button, right? And then we are done with the system frame, right? It's great. Now we can go ahead and disable. Of course, we don't want it to be visible, so make sure the frame is not visible. Then we can go ahead and insert another frame, and this will be our system frame, right? I'm sorry, not system frame, our notification frame. This is going to be for notifications and stuff, right? Like you have received set rewards, or you have received a quest and stuff, right? So size wise, let's I don't know. Let's go with size. Let's do 0 300 and then 117. So 117. Right. Let me just double check. Okay, I'm good. Right. So we're gonna have like this, and actually we're gonna have it. That's actually where it is right now. Is actually pretty good. Not gonna lie. So we are going to we're gonna set the background color to like a nice. I want to say. Actually, no. Let me add a color thing. I'm gonna add something. You guys don't have to do this, like I said. I'm gonna add a UI gradient. I honestly just want it to look a nice dark blue and black. So I'm gonna have the starting color black. I'm gonna have the left end and right end to be black, and then I'm just gonna throw in the middle. It's just gonna be like dark blue. It's just gonna be like dark blue, just like that. Yeah, something like that. Maybe make it like a brighter blue. I'm thinking like maybe. No, that looks. Nah, the darker blue is better. Yeah, no, darker blue looks better, honestly. So I'm gonna go with that, right? So that's gonna be it for that. Now, we're gonna rename the frame to notification frame, right? Then we're gonna go ahead and insert a text label. We're gonna need a text label and a text button. So you're gonna put a text label. Of course, you're gonna put it at the top, right? You're going to set the text label to. You're going to set the text label to notification. So we're gonna need two text labels, but for the first one, you're gonna call this header text label. This is technically our header. So header text label, and then you're going to the text to bold, rich text, scale text, right? Set the text to parentheses, exclamation mark, notification. Boom, right? Then for the text color, we're gonna go, our nice bright blue. I'm gonna want it bright, yeah, something like that. And then probably gonna go with white for the text stroke. Gonna make it really bright, and then I'm just gonna set the background transparency to 1. Yeah, just like that, or something like that. Now maybe that might be a little. I don't know. Might be a little too bright. So let me see if I can do. Yeah, something like that. Kind of like that. Yeah. Set the text stroke transparency, and then now I'm gonna move on to the second one. So I'm gonna duplicate the text label. Control D, drag it to the bottom. You guys can increase the size of this just simply so that you can fit as much as you need here in case it's like a long message. So let's increase the size so that it matches everything. So if I set it to like 300, right? Let me see if that's okay. Actually, yeah, that's perfect. So yeah, 300, and then we could increase the Y value as well. So we can set this to like 60. You press this to like 60. Yeah, something like that. We could do it like that, right? Now for this, you're going to rename this to notification text label, right? This is what's actually going to have the actual notification things, right? Now for this, you don't want any text because you're going to set that via the script. And just like that, guys, we are done with all the UI. So we can go ahead and make the notification frame not visible as well. And we are done with all the UI. Let's get to the scripting, right? So we're going to insert a local script into the starter player scripts, right? I'm going to rename set script core script, and in parentheses I'm going to put local. Let me zoom in. There we go. So I'm going to create a couple variables. First, let's get the user input service. I'm going to say local UIS equal to game get service user input service. Then I'm going to get the tween service. I'm going to say local TS equal to game get service tween service. Then I'm going to get the sound service. I'm going to say local SS equal to game get service sound service. Then I'm going to get the core mode event. So I'm going to say local core event is equal to game that replicated storage wait for child core event. Then I'm going to get the local player, so play this so that we can get all the stats. So it's equal to game.players.local player. And for our final variable, I'm going to get the core GUI. So I'm going to say local core GUI is equal to player.player GUI, wait for child, core GUI, right? Then I'm going to set up the first function. This is going to be our sense function. So I'm going to say UIS.input began connect function, right? In parentheses, put input, comma process, then enter. You're going to say if input.userinput type is equal to enum.userinput type.keyboard, and not processed, which pretty much means the player is not typing in chat. Then enter, you're going to say if input.keycode is equal to enum.keycode.q, or whatever keybind you want to go with for the sense ability. I decided to go with Q. I just felt like Q was right for like a sense type of ability, right? So we're going to have to, create a sphere, tween it, get the distance of all enemy players, enemy NPCs, and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get into that. That's honestly like the majority of the local script, honestly, and stuff. So yeah. So I'm gonna create a variable for the player's character. Local character is equal to player.character, right? Then I'm going to create a sense sphere. I'm going to say local sense sphere, right, is equal to instance.new quotation marks. Of course, it's going to be a parented to the workspace. You're going to say sense sphere.name is of course equal to sense sphere, right? Then you're going to say sense sphere.cframe is equal to character.humanoid parts.cframe, right? Then I'm going to say sense sphere.size is equal to vector3.new 5,5,5. Then for the next property, we're going to set the shape. So of course, shape is equal to enum dot part type dot ball, not block, ball, right? Then since sphere dot anchored will be equal to true. Then since sphere dot can collide, of course, equal to false. Then since sphere dot material is equal to enum dot material dot force field, right? Then let's set up the first tween. I'm going to say local sense tween. This can be considered sense tween number 1, so is equal to ts create, of course, so the sense sphere there, comma tween info.new. You're going to put 0.5 seconds for the duration, then enum.easingstyle.linear, comma enum.easingdirection.out, and then comma in between the parentheses, special brackets, so we can create a table. I'm going to say color is equal to color3.new, right? Then I'm going to say 0, 0, 0.6667. Yeah, actually, I think that's good enough. And then of course, comma 1. It's simply just a dark blue color. That's just what I was going for. Then comma size is equal to vector3.new 50. Wait, I'm trying to think. Oh, okay, yeah, 50, comma 50, and then 50, right? And then of course, lastly, we want to set the transparency. So transparency is equal to 1 because we want it to be transparent by the time it's done. Then we're gonna play the tween. So sense tween play, right? Then we also need a sound effect, by the way. I forgot to mention this. So inside the sound service, you want to get your sound. Go to toolbox, go to audio, type. I would recommend honestly using the hockey sound. That's what I have. I have the this is the observation hockey sound. It for One Piece fans, you'll recognize it instantly. Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, it's observation hockey. So I was like, if it's an ability to detect enemies, then that would be that would be the perfect sound. So yeah. So you're just gonna put it in sound service, name it sense, then you're gonna say dot sense is colon play, right? Then I'm gonna create a variable. I'm gonna say local enemy counts. The whole point of this ability is to detect how many enemies are present. This includes NPCs and players, right? So of course we're gonna start at 0, right? Then I'm gonna use a for loop. I'm gonna say for I v in pairs workspace get children enter, right? And then I'm gonna make a long if statement. I'm gonna say if v find first child humanoid, so it's either an NPC or a player, right? And in parentheses, you're going to put character dot humanoid root part dot position minus Then let's save ourselves some time and let's Control C, Control V, rename. I mean, just replace character with V, right? Then go on the outside of the parentheses, and then you're gonna say dot magnitude is less than, in parentheses you're going to put 10 or however low of a value you want. But the point is you want your starting value to be low. That's the point. I wouldn't recommend going over this, right? So you want this to be low, and then you're gonna say times player dot stats folder. We're gonna create stats when we get to the service script dot sense dot value, and then I'm pretty sure it's clear on how it's supposed to work. Pretty much depending on how high your sense stat is, that'll depend on the range. Like it'll affect the radius, right, of how big the spear is going to, or sorry, not how big the spear is going to be, how big the range is going to be of the spear. The spear size doesn't change, just the range and stuff. So if you have like say 100 stat points and like sense, you're gonna be able to see 100 steps away, so you're gonna be able to see enemies far away and stuff. But obviously, if you just started playing the game, you're only gonna see enemies that are like probably close enough to attack you distance, I should say, right? So we're gonna add one more thing. So we're gonna say and of course v dot name is nil equal to player name. Obviously, we don't want the thing telling us that we are an enemy. We're detecting ourselves. So enter, right? And then I'm gonna say local enemy character is actually, there's actually not a reason to create a variable for the enemy character for once. There's actually not a reason to. So I'm just gonna say enemy count plus equal, sorry, plus equal 1, right? So that's how we keep track of it. Then you're gonna go after the for loop, and then I'm going to use the notification system. So I'm gonna say core GUI. By the way, the notification system will be used for multitude of things. Other abilities, notifying players that they have a quest, they got rewards, stuff like that, right? It's just, this is just an example of how to use it. So you can use it in any way you want. So I'm going to say notification frame dot position is equal to udm2 dot new, right? So yeah, it doesn't matter what position you left the frame in, like when you finish working on it, the UI and stuff, because the script is going to automatically set its position off camera. Like the player won't be able to see it at first until it comes onto, until it tweens over and stuff, right? So I'm gonna say position is equal to negative 0.5 comma 0 comma 0.1 comma 0, right? Then I'm gonna say core GUI dot notification frame dot notification text label dot text is equal to, in quotation marks you're going to say there are, go on the outside of those quotation marks, dot 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 enemy count dot dot dot, in quotation marks you're going to put enum, you're going to put and me in parentheses you're going to put s, right? Because it could be one, and it could be a single enemy, or it could be multiple. More like probably multiple though in an actual game. You're gonna say there are so and so amount of enemies nearby, right? And then for the last line with the notification frame, I'm going to set it to visible. So core GUI the notification frame that visible is equal to, sorry, not false, is equal to true, right? Then I'm going to set up the first notification tween. Let's save ourselves some time. Copy and paste the sense tween, Control C, Control V, rename this to notification tween. Copy and paste, change the name down here. So over TS create, replace sense spear with core GUI dot notification frame. Of course, right? You're going to change the duration to 1 second. Linear and out does not change. As for the properties, of course, properties are changing. The only property we're changing is, modifying, I should say, is the position. So set this to UDM2. Obviously, delete the whole part about the size and transparency thing. So just clear all that out. And then you're going to set a position is equal to UDM2 dot new. And then you're going to say 0, 0, change this to 0.1. And then this will be 0. Cool, right? So it'll be on the player screen, so they'll be able to see. And then of course we're gonna play the notification play tween, and then we're gonna wait about 3 seconds so the player can, has a chance to read the information, whatnot, and yeah. So, and yeah, once that's done, we're going to set up the second tween. So just Control C. Let me put an L there. Control V. This would be tween 2. So boom, throw a 2 right there. And then same thing applies. Everything stays the same except for the position. You're just setting the position back to what it was before. So negative 0.5. That is the only thing that should be changing, right? So then you're going to add in else. Or actually, now that I think about it, after 3 seconds. Yeah, we can really destroy we can really destroy it here. Now I think about it. Let's also destroy the sense spear, because I just realized it. Yeah, let's destroy. I just realized that it's still in the workspace. I actually forgot to destroy that. I forgot that part to destroy that. But anyway, so yeah, then let's set up the else. If we finish the sensibility, now we're going to just simply make it so that players can open up the menu and see all their stats. So I'm gonna say else if input dot keycode is equal to, wait, I just realized, wait, oh wait, hold on, let me go up real quick. I'm pretty sure that's the right spot, but let me just go up just in case to make sure. Okay, yeah, that was the right spot actually. So else if input dot keycode is equal to nm dot keycode. Now for this is going to be m, because M is usually just the keybind for menu, right? But whatever keybind you want to go with, of course, right? So I'm going to use two for I loops, for I v in pairs loops. I'm going to say for I comma v in pairs. The first thing I'm going to do is say player dot stats folder get children, boom, enter. Then I'm going to say for I 2v2 in pairs. And for this, I'm going to say core GUI dot system frame get children, enter, right? Just so that every time the player opens the menu, their stats are going to be updated every time they open the menu and stuff, so they know like where their stats points are, right? So I'm gonna say if v2 dot name is equal to, this is why I said naming is important, is equal to v dot name, right, dot quotation marks text label, right, enter. Then I'm gonna say v2 dot text is equal to v dot name dot quotation mark, or check, yeah, dot quotation mark, and then you're gonna put a colon space, and then you're gonna say dot v dot value, right? And then now that we've set up all the stats, we're gonna skip 3 ends, and then we're simply just gonna say core GUI dot system frame dot visible is equal to not copy and paste stats, so that the m keybind will be used to enable and disable the system frame, right? Then I'm gonna use a for I loop. I'm gonna set up a for I loop so that we can change stats, so that players are able to, you know, increase their stats. So I'm gonna say for I, another for I loop, so for I v in pairs, and then I'm gonna say core GUI system frame get children, enter. You're gonna say if v is a text, hold on, you're gonna say if v is a text button, enter. You're gonna say v dot mouse button one click connect function, right? Close parentheses, enter. You're gonna say you're gonna create a variable. You're gonna say variable. Sorry, you're gonna say local stat, not frame. Stat name is equal to string dot split. We're gonna split it. So string dot split is equal to v dot name, the name of the text button, comma, in quotation marks. You can remove the button part so that we just have the name of the stat, because that's all we need, right? Then I'm gonna fire the remote event. I'm gonna say core event fire server. In quotation marks, you're going to put stat update, comma, send over the stat name, right? Now for the last part of the local script, and then we can move on to the server script finally. So we're going to say core event on client event connect function. In quotation marks, you're going to put event type, right? Enter. You're going to say if event type is equal to, in quotation marks, stat update, right? This is, in the great news about this, guys, we can copy and paste. You're just going to go here, copy and paste this entire for I, go for the for I v in pairs loops, Control C, Control V, boom, we are done. Now, okay, just to make sure I was good. Now, guys, I know that was a lot. That I don't think it was a lot to type. Let's move on to the server script. But this is just handling all the core stuff. So now let's insert a server script into the server script service. Rename the script to core script, in quotation marks, put server, right? I'm sorry, quotation marks, parentheses, right? So we only need 2 variables. First, let's get the core event, copy and paste this from the local script, save ourselves, some time, and spare ourselves from the suffering. Then let's move on to the stats data store. So we're going to say local stats data store is equal to game get service data store service get data store, in quotation marks, put data put stats data store. Now to enable data stores, if you don't already have them enabled, go to game settings, go to security. You want to enable Studio Access to API services, click save, publish this to be on the safe side, and yeah, you should be good to go, right? So now we're going to set up all of the stats, right, that we're going to be able to modify and stuff, and then we're going to add, loading as well as data saving and stuff. The good thing is a lot of this should really just be copy and pasting. So this, like, even though we're about to type about 100 lines of code, it's like a lot of it is kind of like you're just copying and pasting. Yeah, like honestly, half of it is you're honestly just, it's really like 50 lines, but you're just gonna copy and paste the other half again. So let's say game.players.player added connect function. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. function, right? In parentheses, you're gonna put PLR short for the player. Enter. Let's create the stats folder. We're gonna say local stats folder is equal to instance new in quotation marks, put folder, parent this folder to the player, say stats folder dot name is equal to in quotation marks stats folder. Enter. Then let's start creating our stats. First thing first, we have the hunter rank. We're gonna say hunter rank is equal to instance dot new in quotation marks. This is going to be a string value. This is going to be the only string value. Every other value would be a number value. So comma parent this to the player. I mean, sorry, not the player, the stats folder, right? Then we're going to say hunter rank dot name is of course equal to hunter rank, and then hunter rank dot value by default is equal to unranked. Now this actually depends on how you want your game to go. Now some games you may want your game to be where the player starts at E, which is the bottom rank and stuff. Again, that's what I believe. If I'm wrong, someone please correct me. But I'm pretty sure E is the starter rank. So if you want your game the players to start off as a starter rank, then just go with E. But I wanted to do it where it's like they start off unranked, then they do a very basic quest, and then now they're ranked E, and they're now officially a hunter. So yeah. So let's go ahead and copy and paste this to save ourselves some time. Control C, Control V, then replace string value with number value. You want to rename this to mana level. Then of course Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, and for the value, by default for mana level it will be 1. You don't want any of these values to be 0, by the way. You don't want to, because like you're gonna be, these are all multipliers, right? These are all multipliers, so you don't want anything to be 0 and stuff because it would mess things up. So yeah. So let's save ourselves some time. We're going to copy and paste the mana level about 5 times. So let me do that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then let's get to renaming it, right? Because we save a lot of time with this. So this will be current mana. This was the difference. Current mana is how much mana the player has. Like, okay, I just used the fireball attack. I went from 50 mana to 35 mana, like that, and then it's gonna start regenerating. That's the difference between mana level and current mana. So yeah, so Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, right? Like we're honestly saving a lot of time honestly with that. So starting mana, I decided to go with 50, but it's up to you guys for whatever you want to go. Then everything else after this except for available points will just be 1, so you can leave the values alone. So for this we will set up available points. After current mana, we did health. Yeah, that's what I did health. I'm gonna say health, Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V. Then on to the next one, I did strength. So strength, honestly, this episode was a whole bunch of time. Like I couldn't imagine having to retype all of that like over and over again. So yeah, strength, then agility, boom, boom, boom. Go down here, and then this is sense. I actually I should have pasted it one more time. So sense, boom, 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 and boom. Then let's paste this one more time. So Control C, Control V, boom. Okay, so for the last one, this will be available. That's not spell available. Available points, right? And like I said, for this, this is however many points you want to start off with. I decided to go with 5. I see most games usually have like 3, but I mean, since there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since there's 5 stats, why not have 5 points? Players could either put 1 in each, or maybe like go like 2 strength, 2 health, 1 mana, and stuff. So I just thought it'd be like that. So I'm gonna set up my player's key. I'm gonna say local key is equal to player.user ID. Highly recommend you guys use a player's user ID. Then I'm gonna retrieve the player's data if they have any. So local data is equal to status store. Get async. Throw the key in there, right? Then I'm going to say local success. You're going to use a protected call for this, since we're dealing with data saving or data loading, but essentially the same thing, right? Well, not the same thing, but you guys get what I'm saying. So then I'm going to say error message. So error message is equal to pcal function, right? Close parentheses, enter, right? Let's scroll down a little. I'm going to say if data. So if the player has any data, then I'm going to set all the values. I'm going to say a hunter rank that value is equal to data 1, right? And then we're literally just gonna keep going from here. I feel like we can honestly save ourselves some time. So Control C, Control V. I honestly feel like we can save ourselves some time by pasting this. I don't know why. I honestly feel like we can, because then I would just change this to mana level, change this one to current mana, change this to health, right? Then change the next one to strength, Then the second to last one would be sent. And for the last one, of course, it would be available points. Then all you gotta do is just update this over here. You know, this is 2, right? That's 3. That's 4. And this is 5, 6, and we have 7, right? That's simple. Then let me just, okay, I'm good, right? So then after this, we're going to add a while loop. You guys know we need a while loop to, yeah, that should work. Okay, I'm gonna say while not success, right? Enter. So while not success, we're gonna of course need to wait because we're dealing with data loading. So we're gonna wait about 3 seconds. Copy and paste this. Control C, Control V. Boom. That's simple. Right. And then after this, I'm gonna add something. Right. After the while loop, I want to wait. We go 2 ends after the while loop. Is this an if statement? Oh yeah. So I guess we'll do it like this then. So I'm going to say I don't want to do this because okay, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna say player.character. Wait for child. First, you gotta wait for the player's humanoid because you have to update their health, right? Their health, max health, walk speed, and jump power. I'm gonna say player.character dot humanoid dot or actually wait, no, I just thought about it. Let me save some time real quick. Local humanoid is equal to player.character. Yeah, let me save some time real quick actually. Yeah, then let me do this. I'm gonna do humanoid walk speed. Or no. First let's do max health. Let's do max health is equal to 100 plus health that value, right? Then I'm going to do character. Oh, well, and humanoid. I'm so used to doing character. That, regular health is equal to 100 plus, first you have to set the max health, then set the regular health. Then humanoid dot walk speed, same thing. Or sorry, it's not 100. By default it's 16. So plus, plus agility. That value, right? And then we're gonna say humanoid dot jump power is equal to, by default, this is 50. Now I had this as strength. You could also put this as agility because when I think agility, I'm thinking running, but I'm also thinking jumping. So you could do this. You could honestly do this either with agility too, or you could do it, with strength. Because when I think jumping, I mean, is that really strength? Because strength is like muscles, so that's like attacking. So I'm gonna change this actually. I'm gonna do agility dot value. I did it differently before, but it didn't matter. Then I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna say player.character. I'm gonna say player.character added connect function, right? And then in quotation marks, you're going to put character. So this is every single time that the player dies and stuff, uh, their stats will be updated. Their health, walk speed, jump power. But of course, we're gonna have to change this and stuff since that humanoid would be useless. So we're gonna have to do character dot. So just add this at the beginning. Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V. Boom. That's all we have to do and stuff, right? And just like guys, yeah, like I said, we're moving way faster and stuff. We already done. I knew the servers could be gonna move by a whole lot faster. So now we set up data saving. Simple. We're gonna say game.players.player removing connect function in parentheses put PLR for player. Enter. Then I'm gonna set up a protect the call local success comma error message is equal to protect the call function. Enter. Right. Let's set up the data table. So, or first set up the key. So local key is equal to player.user ID. Then let's set up the data table. Data table is equal to special brackets. Right. I'm trying to remember. I did this before. I did this like once before. I used a 4. I remember I used a 4. I did like 4 IVM pairs. And I did like player dot stats folder. Children. Supposed to be table dot insert. Yeah. I did something like that. So I'll do it like this. Yeah. So I'll get all the stats in the stats folder, and then I'm going to say because we need all these to save, right? We need all these to save. So I'm gonna say table.insert, and then of course we're adding all this to the data table, and then of course we're gonna add the stats. So it would be v, and we want the value. All that matters because it doesn't. Yeah, the name doesn't matter because we're saving it in a specific order anyway. Yeah, just like that, guys. We're done with that. Now we just need to do while at our while not success. Enter. Let me fix that while. So while not success. Yeah. wait 3 seconds, boom, then just, I'm so stupid, I forgot, I actually forgot something, I forgot here, we have to do core event, not sorry, not core event, that's data store, set async, throw your key in there, comma, data table, right? And then copy and paste all this, Control C, Control V. Now our data should save correctly. Oh, well, I forgot to, carry over the variables. Control C, Control V. Boom. Right. Now, onto the last function. This is the literal last thing we have to do. And then, guys, we are done for the first part of the series. This is literally 10 lines of code. So let's just say core event, data on server events, connect function in parentheses. You're going to put PLR for player, comma event type, comma arg1. This is, as you guessed, this is the stat update function. So first things first, let's get the player's character. We don't need the player's character right now, but we'll probably need it in the future, so I'm just gonna get it anyway. I'm gonna say if event type is equal to in quotation marks stat update, enter. Right, and I'm gonna retrieve the stat, the specific stat. So I'm gonna say stat is equal to player dot stats folder regular bracket arg1, right? Then I'm gonna use an if statement to make sure the player has available points to spend. So I'm gonna say if player dot stats folder dot available points dot value is of course greater than 0. Then let's, okay, I'm good. So then Control C, Control V, you're gonna say less than equal to 1, take away 1 stat point. Then you're gonna say stat dot value is plus equal to 1. And then lastly, core event fire client, player singular, by the way, definitely singular. If you want that, I mean, well, actually, it wouldn't really matter if it fired all clients because it would just update their stats, but still, you only want to fire to 1. Then in quotation marks stat update, right? And okay, I know there was a lot of time. I honestly didn't realize it was that much before, because like when I'm working on this, it's like slow and stuff. Like it's not like I just do all this in like 5 minutes. So yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and test to make sure everything works as needed. As always, if you guys want access to any one of my scripts or models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Link to either one of those options can be found in the description. I actually forgot we need NPCs. But yeah, if you guys want the script or any other of my scripts or models, you guys can become either one of those channel members or a Discord subscriber in the description. Let me go ahead and insert 2 test dummies so that we can make sure that the thing is working, the sensibility. And yeah, like I was saying, if you guys want a part 2, show this video lots of love, leave a like, subscribe, drop a comment saying a suggestion, something you want in the future part of the series, or that you love the video, you want part 2, just let me know. Okay, first things first, let's test the stats. So okay, there we go. So everything should be displaying correctly and stuff, right? We have all my stats here, right? So let's see, let me try to increase the stat. There's an issue. Okay, string expected got table. I know exactly what I forgot. I know exactly what I forgot to do. I know exactly. All I had to do was read that error, and I know what I forgot to do. Forgot to put a regular bracket here. So okay, so you guys want to go here, put a regular bracket, and then put 1 here. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, I forgot that when you do string dot split, it returns a table instead of just like a singular string value. Okay, so if I press M, right, I have all my stats. If I should increase, boom, there we go. Strength is increased. Available points is decreased. That's exactly how we want it. And then it should match here. Let me find it. Available points 4, strength 2. Then boom, boom, boom. They all work. Then I cannot increase my stats any further since I don't have any available points, right? So yeah. Then so the system menu works. Now if I press Q, there you go. You guys saw, oh well, I forgot to put a space. But yeah, so we need to fix that actually. There should be a space there. There we go. So put a space right there after the R, right? If you press Q, boom, the spear goes. There are 2 enemies nearby, right? Honestly, the text color, it's kind of bright. Yeah, honestly, maybe should make it a little less, a little bright. Not so bright, I should say. So if I do it over here, you guys see how it says there are 0 enemies and stuff because I'm not close enough. So that's the whole thing where the range comes into play. Now if I do it now, still none. If I get a little closer, still none. Get a little closer. Oh, sorry. Probably best not to do it too quickly. Okay. Let me just give it a second. Don't want to do it too much. There we go. Okay. There are 0 enemies nearby, right? Now if I just get like, yeah, there we go. Now it'll show me. It depends on the range and everything. Yeah. If you guys enjoyed part 1, just let me know comments, leave a like, and subscribe and stuff. Let me know you enjoyed the video and stuff. I definitely got y'all part 2. Like honestly, I'm gonna start working on part 2 probably after I finish the beginner guide. stuff. I'm working on a beginner guide, scripting and stuff. I hope you guys will enjoy that and stuff. So I will definitely get working on a part 2 and part 3. I'm very excited with this series. I just hope y'all love it. If y'all do, let me know and I will continue with it and stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Appreciate y'all for watching the video, and yeah, I'll see you guys.